Have you ever witnessed, or are you personally experiencing, the profound feeling of being stuck after a divorce? Even as time passes, the pain and tumultuous emotions seem to linger, refusing to dissipate. Life abruptly feels like it's on hold. Everything becomes uncertain and more challenging than ever. Could it be that the real reason many men struggle to move past this phase isn't about the divorce itself, but rather how they process, or, more accurately, how they fail to process, those emotions? In this crucial video, we won't just ask questions, we'll delve deep into analysis. Together, we will explore two primary, fundamental reasons why many men find it so difficult to rebuild their lives and rediscover themselves after a divorce. And most importantly, we will learn how to break down these invisible barriers, opening the door to healing and a brighter new future with Shining Mirror-LVB. Be ready to confront the truth and find your own path forward. The pain men don't know how to face. Pain, an emotion that most men in our society are not taught how to effectively process, plays a very large, if not pivotal, role in preventing them from moving forward after divorce. From a very young age, through words and actions from family, friends, and even subtle media messages, society has taught men to suppress their emotions. They are expected to be strong, resilient, and to get over things without showing vulnerability. Image: a man clenching his jaw or looking stoic, avoiding eye contact. However, pain does not disappear just because you try to suppress it. On the contrary, it clings, delving deep into the subconscious, negatively affecting their emotional health and ultimately their ability to heal and move on in life. It accumulates like a ticking time bomb, ready to erupt in various forms such as anger, isolation, or even physical ailments. It's crucial to recognize that pain is a physiological emotion. It directly impacts your body. Whether it's a feeling of tension in your throat, a constricted chest, a churning stomach, or sudden, uncontrollable tears, pain manifests in your body as a result of chemicals released from the brain in response to emotional distress. Unfortunately, instead of allowing themselves to feel these physiological manifestations and process them, many men unconsciously resist it. They try to block these emotions by avoidance, burying themselves in work, alcohol, or other distracting activities. This only prolongs the suffering, preventing the wound from ever being fully exposed and healed. So what should be done instead? First, it's essential to recognize the different layers of grief a man might be experiencing after divorce. They are not just grieving the loss of a wife, partner, which is a significant pain in itself. They are also grieving the shattered shared dreams of the future, the collapse of the old family structure they once built, the loss of daily routines, and even their very sense of self-identity. Who am I now that I'm no longer her husband, partner? If they don't differentiate these losses, it's very easy to become overwhelmed by a massive, nameless emotional block. The first and most important step to overcoming this is to identify and allow oneself to feel the pain without judgment. Without labeling the emotion as good or bad, acknowledge its presence. Understanding which part of the loss you are grieving helps you process each aspect systematically and ultimately release the emotional burden in a healthy way. Bit by bit, instead of letting it bury you. This is the difference between being controlled by pain and controlling your own pain. After identifying and beginning to process the pain, the second barrier many men face on their healing journey lies in another crucial aspect: future relationships. Not knowing how to attract the right woman. The second issue preventing many men from truly moving forward after divorce is their inability to attract the kind of woman they genuinely desire and deserve. After a breakup, many men become disheartened, lose faith in love, or fear that a healthy relationship is no longer possible for them. They might start believing that all women are solely interested in superficial factors like money, social status, or outward appearances. But the truth is, attracting a high-quality woman isn't primarily based on those things. Image: a man looking thoughtful or perhaps slightly disheartened, then transitioning to a more confident, purposeful look. So, what defines a high-quality woman? It's not just about external beauty or success. It's someone who has actively worked on herself, someone with strong emotional health, maturity, and the capacity to be an equal partner in a relationship. She doesn't want to be rescued or seek a man to fill voids in her life. Instead, she wants to share her life as a true partner. She brings her own full, rich life into the relationship, creating opportunities for both individuals to grow together, support each other, and build a shared future. The mistake many men make is believing that they cannot attract such a woman, or that it's too late to find genuine love. They might self-limit, thinking they aren't good enough, or that they'll only attract relationships that repeat old patterns. But the truth is, high-quality women are available, and they are actively seeking partners who have also worked on themselves, individuals who are mature and ready for a healthy relationship. These women want a man who is honest, willing to openly share his emotions, and capable of taking responsibility for his actions, instead of blaming or avoiding. The biggest mistake is that if you haven't done the work on yourself after divorce, haven't processed the pain, haven't understood your worth, haven't developed emotional maturity, you will continue to attract women with the same emotional patterns and behaviors as your ex-wife. This will lead to the same types of problems, the same kinds of conflicts, and ultimately the same outcome: heartbreak and disappointment. To have a fulfilling, lasting, and meaningful relationship, you must become the kind of man that high-quality women are seeking. This means you must dedicate time to healing, to self-development, to becoming a better version of yourself, not just for others, but for your own future happiness. So, how do we break through these two barriers and truly move forward? The core lessons below will serve as your compass. Simple yet incredibly powerful. The path to recovery, from pain to self-mastery. The core lessons derived from the two main issues men often face after divorce are truly simple, yet their power is immense. These are the fundamental principles for you to not only overcome but also thrive like never before. Pain is inevitable, but how you process it will determine whether it defines you or helps you grow. Life is inherently full of losses and hurts, and divorce is one of the biggest. Trying to deny, suppress, or run away from pain only delays the healing process. Don't push it away, bravely allow yourself to feel it. Understand its roots and layers, and process it consciously. This requires courage to confront uncomfortable emotions, but only then can you truly heal, release the emotional burden, and rebuild your life on a stronger foundation. Image: a man looking thoughtfully, perhaps journaling or in a therapy session, showing reflection. Becoming the man you want to attract requires you to work on yourself diligently and comprehensively. If you desire a healthy, equitable, and fulfilling relationship with a high-quality woman, you cannot remain the same person with unaddressed wounds and behavioral patterns. This means you need to understand your own emotional patterns, why you react in certain ways, what triggers you, and how to manage emotions maturely. Heal psychological wounds. Confront old traumas from the past, not just from the broken marriage but potentially from childhood or previous relationships. Become willing to share emotions. Learn to express what's happening inside you authentically and vulnerably, instead of suppressing or hiding. When you do that, when you become a more mature, self-aware, and responsible version of yourself, you will realize that the right woman, who shares your values, emotional maturity, and desire for an authentic connection, will automatically be drawn into your life. Image: a happy, healthy couple interacting, showing connection and mutual respect. The idea of working on yourself and attracting the right woman might feel overwhelming or anxiety-inducing. But think about it simply and logically. If you want a different kind of relationship than what you've had in the past, you must become a different kind of person. You must become the best, healthiest, and most mature version of yourself. Not just for future relationships, but for your own inner peace and happiness. This is not a sacrifice, it is the most worthy investment you can make in your own life. The path to rebirth after divorce with Shining Mirror-LVB. We have explored together the two core reasons why many men struggle after divorce: unaddressed pain and the lack of skills to attract healthy relationships. But more importantly, we have also seen the path forward, a path of healing, self-development, and personal reinvention. Now, it's time for you to reflect deeply and honestly. What kind of partner do you truly want in your life? Someone understanding, mature, and ready to share? And even more crucially, ask yourself the transformative question: are you the person that partner is looking for? If the answer isn't yes yet, what do you need to do? What are you willing to invest in yourself to become that version? I invite you to share your genuine thoughts and experiences in the comments section below. What have you been doing on your healing journey? Have you started attracting the kind of quality relationships you desire in your life? Let's start this meaningful conversation together. And remember, growth is a continuous journey, one we are all on together. If this video resonated with you, helped you see things more clearly, or inspired you to take action, please like it to spread this message to more men who need to hear it. Share it with anyone you think could benefit from these lessons: a friend, a family member, or anyone seeking to rebuild their life. And most importantly, subscribe to the Shining Mirror-LVB channel and turn on notifications to continue your journey of self-discovery, healing, and building a fulfilling future with us. Remember, you have the power to overcome. Your future is waiting for you to create it.